people mostly from the US, of course, since it's the middle of the night in Europe, but we still have some of the European leaders calling in, as I see. My name is Kenny Nordlung. I'm one of the co-founders of OPN. It's very great to have this call, kicking off, starting talking about, first of all, of course, what's happening with the US market, obviously, and of course, a lot of enhancement in things that the company is doing on a global basis. I'd like to introduce straight away the CEO and also one of the co-founders, Mr. Frank Ricketts, to head off this evening's call. Go over to you, Frank.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Kenny, and good evening, good afternoon to everyone on this call. What's the purpose of this call? The purpose of this call is to bring everyone up to date in the USA, what our rollout plans are, and also to inform you guys in the USA for the very first time something that the rest of the world knows, and that is the finalization of the restructuring of our business model. There's been a process for about 9 months now with 3 phases, and the third and final phase is on 9th of August. That's when it's implemented. And of course, for you guys in the US, it's all brand new, and we took the occasion, or wanted to take the occasion this evening, to bring you up to date on all this in case the people out of Europe or the people out of Asia who have invited you to SiteTalk/OPN have not been able to inform you to date. So I'd like to introduce the SiteTalk.com social media platform to you, how it looks on the 9th of August. Not how it looks from design and graphic and handling. There's nothing changing there, even though it's an ongoing process week for week. We're adding little things here, little things there. There's 1 or 2 major things that we're also working on that will be introduced throughout the year, and it's an ongoing process. But what I introduce to you, though, is what SiteTalk is all about. 5 years ago, when we founded a company, and this is very important for every one of you to know as well, we have 5 years behind us. In fact, we're in our 6th year, and that's been quite a journey. And it's only the 1st of April this year that we opened up the IP addresses for the North American market, and there were a number of reasons for this. And of course, it mainly had to do with the quality of the social media platform and introducing such a platform to the #1 marketplace in the world, North America. And we didn't want to come too soon, and you know, we believe we only have 1 chance to knock on the door, and we knew that it wasn't going to go away. So 1st of April, everyone in North America and Canada could obviously become SiteTalk members. One could always do that over the 5 years, but also use the business opportunity, the free membership within the OPN MLM business. Let me come back to SiteTalk. SiteTalk as of 9th of August, and I'd like to tell everyone our motto, the slogan that we created 5 years ago, and that was to create a social media platform where you can be rewarded for your own activities and the activities of your friends. That was our goal. That's what we started with. And I'd like to say, over the 5 years, there's been, you know, certain things within that message that we've managed to do, but it was never fulfilled in the way we envisaged it. On the 9th of August, we can say we have fulfilled that original goal, that original dream. And of course, the journey will carry on. But let me tell you how we are fulfilling this. We have on the social media platform SiteTalk.com, we have something called the Star Club loyalty program, the Star Club membership. Every site talker around the world, every free registered site talker around the world gets rewarded with points for their own activities on the social media platform. They get points for logging in, you get points for loading pictures, you get points for comments, posts, for playing games, etc., etc. It's all listed, how one gets the points, various restrictions, and these points can be converted into credits that can be used to make purchases, to use playing games, to send virtual gifts, and. I take it for granted that everyone on this call knows that. If not, have a good look at the SiteTalk.com platform. So, in one way, I am being rewarded for my own activities. The beautiful thing about it is with these points that are converted into credits, whenever I want to purchase anything in the shops, I can use these credits that were generated through activity points for 35% of the purchase price of the products. Okay, that is being introduced as of the 9th of August if I upgrade my membership in the Star Club. So let me just go back to the regular SiteTalk member. I'm being rewarded for my own activities. As of the 9th of August, you will also receive 10% of all the points, the basic points of all your friends that you have invited to SiteTalk. So if you have 10 friends who generate 100 points each, you're going to end up with 100 points for yourself, 10% of everyone's basic points. And that's done on a day-for-day basis. So let's go back to our motto and our dream that we're fulfilling, being rewarded for one's own activities and the activities of your friends. We believe that we are the only social media platform that has such a reward loyalty program. Let's move on. As of 9th of August, there will be a membership that one can subscribe to within the Star Club program. This is a Star Club Executive. So it's a Star Club Executive membership. There's a subscription for this, and the subscription runs for 28 days. There's no other commitments in any way, and it's not an ongoing. One has to decide every 28 days if one wants to keep the subscription running or not. But those who are Star Club executives, not only do they receive 10% of the points being generated from the personal friends, but they will also receive 5% on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th levels of friends of friends of friends of friends. So let's just recap that. Every site talker gets 10% on all their personal friends generated points, apart from the own activity points that they're generating themselves. And if one is a Star Club executive, one will receive over the 2nd through to the 4th level of all members 5% of all activity points. And again, these points are converted into credits and can be used spending 35 or using up to 35% of the purchase price. So if there's something there for $100, one pays $65 in cash and 35% in credits that are generated through the activity points. So that is a tremendous thing that's happening here, and within a social media platform to have such a loyalty reward program is quite unique, and we believe from what the feedback we're getting, everyone's treating this as pretty awesome. On the 9th of August, we are relating also the Star Club to the SiteTalk Cashback platform. In fact, the Cashback platform will be launched at the end of this month, and we have been building this ourselves. We are going through the process right now of manually loading the online shops, and we have thousands and thousands and thousands of shops that we are putting manually into our own wholly owned cashback system. And of course, we have all the renowned online shops on a global nature, but we also have specifically for Asia and also for Europe, we also have shops that are really renowned on a national basis. The cashback system is very, very simple. Every online shop obviously gives a certain percentage of the purchase price back to the purchaser in cashback, and the percentage varies from one company to the other. Apple has this percentage, Hotels.com has that percentage, Expedia has that percentage. So, I can't start quoting the various percentages. That's all on the website that can be seen at any time. Our wholly own cashback system. We have right now just over 15,000 shops through affiliate contracts that we are putting into the system. We believe we'll have 2,000–3,000 of these shops in the system by the end of this month when it's launched, and we will be adding 100 to 120 new shops day for day until we have the 15,000–16,000 all in. We also have on the table right now, and we're just signing the agreements for approximately another 5,000 shops that, of course, we will keep on adding on a day-for-day basis. The site talker, the member who goes online shopping, all he has to do is one time only per browser on the SiteTalk.com download a so-called plugin. When that individual is by Hotel.com, 6 months later, Hotel.com will recognize that individual as a site talker and will reward that individual with a cashback. That individual will have that on their SiteTalk cashback account. The beautiful thing about this is also following our motto, our slogan, be rewarded for your own activities, but also the activities of your friends. The regular site talker will also receive 10% of every cashback that is generated from every personal friend they have invited to SiteTalk. This is the Cashback Friends bonus and goes into the same online account as one's own cashback. Be rewarded for your own activities and the activities of your friends. So with the loyalty program, with the points that are generated and converted into credits, one can earn one's own, and one earns 10% on one's friends. It's the same in the cashback. The difference here is we're talking money, we're talking cash. Money that goes onto the online account can be used on the site, but can also be withdrawn onto one's PayPal account or to the SiteTalk online account and then to a bank account of one's wish, etc., etc., etc. And if the individual is a Star Club executive, then they will receive on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th level of their social media platform network 5% of the cashback generated from friends of friends of friends of friends. 10% on the first level, 5% on second, third, fourth, and fifth level of everyone's generated cashback. This again is cashback friends bonus, goes onto the online account, can be used to buy this, to do that, can be transferred to a PayPal account, can be transferred to one's own bank account, withdrawn. With this combination, we believe we really have something which we can be tremendously proud of, but every member can be proud to invite people to use the social media platform SiteTalk.com. The only platform when one is truly rewarded for one's own activities and the activities of one's friends. All this is happening, it's happening right now, and this is why the pre-launch that started on the 1st of April in the USA has been going on, leading, and Kenny will be covering this, but leading to the first official opening meeting in the USA that will be taking place on the 16th of August. We wanted all this to happen before we really start to massively push the USA market, which is important for everyone who's already in our company, and how, if one understands how one can benefit from others in other countries, even though they may not even be in one's own downline, then of course that also is related to the OPN business model and a lot of other stuff that's happening out there right now. So with that said, I'd like to pass the word over to Kenny, one of the co-founders of this company, someone who I've known since 1996 when we first met, actually in Sweden. And it's fantastic to have someone like Kenny, but also his father, who is a co-founder of the company as well, Thomas, working hand in hand and really seeing what we started 5 years ago, really coming to that what we envisaged. We're extremely proud of what we have. We know that we've had challenges like any other company over a 5-year birth period, and we've done a lot of good things. We've made, like any other company on this planet, we've made mistakes that we've had to rectify, but the 9th of August, we have the global opportunity as a social media platform, and using that as a tool to fuel the MLM opportunity that we believe there's no other combination out there right now. So Kenny, over to you, and I'd like to say goodbye to everyone, and I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you on our official opening event. But you'll hear from Kenny, we're looking to having an official opening event in every state across the USA. So it's up to you guys to show it's worthwhile coming to your state and actually doing that there as well. So thanks a lot. Over to you, Kenny.
Thank you for that, Frank. And it's great, as Frank's saying, being able to have the first meeting in the U.S. within about a month's time. I will be coming back to that. Moving on to what Frank is talking about, it's always been the vision, and I just want to add on that, having a 5-year track record, being, a 6-year-old company, but a ground floor opportunity on the U.S. market is very seldom. Of course, there's startups and there's companies coming. There's new companies created every single day in the network marketing industry, with the tremendous growth of network marketing the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and so on, just exploding around the world. But having a ground floor opportunity with over a 5-year-old track record, meaning we've gone through all the different big challenges. The first, second, third year are always the toughest, and then getting there, on the fourth and fifth year is always very important. That means, fine-tuning, especially when you're doing something like us, combining social networking and network marketing with online buying or consuming. This is not an easy task IT-wise, and we've gone through these challenges, meaning we're ready to really explode the U.S. market. And yes, as Frank said, the cashback program that we're launching is just a phenomenal thing. Everybody likes buying things online. Everybody does it, or most people, and it's one of the most growing things on a global basis. And the U.S. is huge when it comes to online purchases or buying or anything you do online. And of course, if people can get cash back for buying something that we're going to buy anyway, for example, doing booking their hotel or a rental car or a flight on Expedia that they were going to do anyway, or bookings.com, or buying something on Apple Store or anything like that, but getting cash back for doing it, it's just a tremendous thing. And with that, we're actually taking it to the next level, that actually you get paid up to 5 levels. And we're talking, yes, as a SiteTalk member, being part of the Star Club program, that you can do this, which hasn't been seen in the network industry, at least what I know. We're also doing things within OPN, and I will say from the 9th of August, we're also introducing a new pay level position. We have today a basic level position where, as a basic member in the OPM program, you get 5% on your lesser leg team bonus on all the volume in your lesser leg. As a gold status member, you get 10%, and we're actually introducing a position called Gold Executive, where you actually will get 15% on your lesser leg volume, which is just tremendous. So if you do some calculation, you're looking at 5 levels, for example, on cashback. Every time somebody gets, for example, 10 euros on cashback, on your first level you get 1 euros, and on your second, third, fourth, and fifth level you actually get a half a euro on all the cashback being earned, which is tremendous, of course. But also you can get up to 15% on all the BV generated on your lesser leg, which is 50% more than a gold status member makes today. We're very excited about that enhancement in the compensation plan, obviously. So all these things are timing-wise for the U.S. market coming together tremendously well. And as Frank said, I think during next week, if not this week, when you go into SiteTalkCashback.com, you will actually be able to see, you won't be able to start purchasing the cashback yet, but you will be able to see all the 600, 700, 800 stores that are in there already, and the stores being added on every single day. And take for mind there that it's not only U.S. stores being put in, it's being put in stores for the global stores, and then also stores that are local in different markets. But you'll see a lot of stores just adding on all the time in there. Also, I will say that something that will be coming together by the time we hit the first meeting is also, of course, that you will see all the things in US dollars. So, for example, when you're looking at any product or any advantage package and so on, you will have the daily US dollar there when you're purchasing it. So it will be a lot more simple, of course, for the US market. Of course, very, very important step in the expansion and launch. Coming back to the meeting, the 16th of August, and yes, as Frank said, we're doing the first meeting in Detroit, at Embassy Suites, and all this information will be going out through the leadership, but also, of course, official on the OPN site. With that, of course, the company will cover the meeting and so on. The meeting will be from 2 to 6 with a break, of course, with some coffee, and registration from 1, and all these details will go out. And yes, as Frank said, we're looking actually to do what we call a launch meeting in every single state as we develop leadership in the different states. So that's basically up to the pioneer leaders in the different states. If, for example, you're in Washington, or if you're in Florida, or if you're in New York, or if you're in Texas, or if you're in California, and you want to expand that state, as soon as there's leadership and there's things being done there, we will acknowledge that and do a launch meeting in that area. But the first one is the 16th of August. We do ask, and you will see that in the invitation going out to, of course, through the OPN site and through all the leaders, that there will be an email where we ask you to send all the people that are coming to the meeting, their names and so on, so we can keep track of how many coffees and, of course, who is coming to the meeting, which is an important part. So that's a little update about what's happening within OPN, and of course, Frank's talked about the new, I would say, Start Club thinking loyalty program, and also with the new cashback, actually getting paid in levels through the cashback reward system. And there's actually nothing better than cashback that I've seen in the network industry, because people buy things online anyway, so you don't have to change any habits which are common in the network industry. Also, I would like to say that we are, with these things heading up to you all, of course, we're actually, me and Frank are starting together online webinars to kick off. I know that some of you are doing your own webinars already, kicking off your business, preparing for the 16th of August. But we're starting to do a few opportunity calls, meaning calls that are totally focused on showing the opportunity of OPN and SiteTalk and the launch of the U.S. market. The first one will be done this Saturday, and it will be done at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is 10 a.m. Western time. This is a little challenging with the different time zones, but the first one will be done. It will be mailed out through all of you tomorrow. By the time you all wake up, you will have an email with the codes and links and so on to send invitations. So if all of you on the call have, for example, 3 or 5 guests, you will be kicking off your business towards the launch of the 16th of October. I was about to say October here. Sorry, guys. 16th of August in Detroit with the meeting. And we will be doing these webinars regularly and doing them more and more as expansion takes space, of course. So that's a little update what's happening within the company of SiteTalk OPN, and of course also what's happening with the U.S. market. Of course, both me and Frank, both of us actually been living in the U.S. and we've worked in this industry for over 55 years. If you take us together, our experience together in this industry, and we know how big the U.S. market is. And we are really, really happy that now is the time to kick off the U.S. market with we knowing we're weeks away from having our own built cashback program with these different enhancements. And I hear from the different leaders been talking to in the U.S. market how they just love this concept of SiteTalk OPN cashback, our loyalty program with SiteTalk, and of course the OPN compensation plan. That's one of the most powerful there is. With our enhancement, it's already one of the most powerful there. With our enhancement, it's even more powerful, and also very, very focused on residual income, long-term residual income, which is the name of the game in network marketing. So with that, I want to thank you all for taking your time this evening, calling in on this evening's webinar, and I hope to see you all on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Western Time, and of course all this will be emailed out to you by tomorrow. Links and everything, so you can start inviting your contacts. And if you're really serious about your OPN and SiteTalk future in business, you should have 3, 5, or 10 people on that call on Saturday and kick off and launch your OPN and SiteTalk business. So with that, and thank you again, Frank, and thanks everybody for calling in on the call. I wish you a great evening or late night if you're calling in from the European site, or morning if you're calling in from Asia. So thank you everybody, and good evening.